unlike many of my fellow freethinkers here on YouTube, I actually do respect religion. Like I said in my very first video, this doesn't mean that we shouldn't criticize it, or even that we shouldn't ridicule it. Quite the opposite, in fact. To treat religion as if it were somehow immune to critique and mockery would be to disrespect it, since it's only through scrutiny that institutions can identify their problems, grow, develop, and build bridges across irrelevancy and obsolescence. Rather, when I say that I respect religion, what I mean is that I take it seriously, and I think we should all take it seriously. It deserves our serious and sincere consideration, our contemplation, and even in some respects, our admiration. I don't think I could do my job as a teacher, specifically as a teacher of the philosophy of religion, if I didn't respect the religious beliefs of my students. Two of my best students in one of my philosophy of religion courses a few years back, believe it or not, were young Earth creationists. They were both very smart. They were good writers and even good critical thinkers. They just never really been exposed to an environment in which they were asked to critically examine their fundamentalist beliefs. I don't think my class made them change their minds or anything like that, but that really wasn't my prerogative. All I wanted to do was to encourage them to think for themselves, and I do think I achieved that. In my capacity as a teacher, I want to broaden people's minds, not get them to share my beliefs. And I have had Muslim students, as well as Muslim friends. And I like to extend that same respect to their religion that I extend to others. Like I said, I believe that respect does allow for mockery, but that doesn't mean that all mockery is respectful. And given how profoundly important it is to Muslims that their prophet not be portrayed, under normal circumstances, I wouldn't even consider such an egregious slap in the face as to violate that rule. Frankly, it's just a dick move. To make a rough parallel that non-Muslims might be able to appreciate, I think it's kind of like me drawing a graphic picture of your mother being sodomized by a horse. Yeah, the First Amendment protects my right to draw such a picture and to post it on the internet for the world to see. But what an asshole I'd have to be to exercise that right just because I can. So when the Danish Mohammad cartoons were posted a few years back, I was torn over them. On the one hand, the people who drew and published them were clearly being a bunch of pricks. An unprovoked insult like that was just mean. What a bunch of assholes! Especially in an era where tensions between the Western world and Muslim cultures in the Middle East are so fragile, where diplomacy, mutual respect, and kindness seem as essential as ever. To spit in the faces of so many people seems idiotic, cruel, and counterproductive. But at the same time, what was true of the cartoonists was true 1,000 times over for the protesters who reacted to them. The death threats, the rioting, the destruction of property shows what a bunch of insecure, petulant, pusillanimous children these people are. Their behavior is the ultimate example of irony. In an attempt to instill my respect, they have done nothing but evoke my contempt. They make it impossible for me to respect their religion. In spite of all of this, I have thus far refrained from circulating the Danish cartoons, not out of fear, but out of a sincere desire to respect those Muslims who reject the violence and who accept free speech and the free exercise of religion. I would like to believe that they are the majority of the Muslims in the world, and not only do I not want to alienate them, I also want them to know that despite not sharing their norms and values, I do regard them with civility, and I hope that they can show me the same courtesy. Yet, the recent events surrounding the censoring of the episodes of South Park, in which the Prophet Mohammed was depicted in a bear costume, has me reconsidering my stance on this issue. There is, of course, the pervasive need to resist intimidation and threats. There is poetic justice in reacting to attempts at intimidation by repeating and amplifying the very act the intimidator wished to stifle. But moreover, there's just the sheer absurdity of it, which is so brilliantly underlined by the South Park team in their particular choice of representation. As if it wasn't preposterous enough to threaten to kill someone over a cartoon, but to do it over a cartoon bear suit is just the height of all absurdity. So for these reasons, I am choosing to participate in Everybody Draw Mohammed Day this Thursday, May 20th, 2010. but I hope I can do it in a way that will be a little different. For one, I'm not actually going to literally draw Muhammad myself. If I did, I wouldn't just offend Muslims, I would offend everyone with eyes. I have absolutely no artistic talent whatsoever. But more importantly, I hope I will be able to draw Muhammad in a way that is consistent with my claim that I respect Islam. This may seem incompatible, but I really do hope that my entry can be seen as a sincere favor to Muslims, a modest attempt to show them where their religion is headed if their members insist on being insulted by cartoon bears. So please, Muslims, return the favor by refusing to be insulted. Because Islam has an existential need to learn to laugh at itself. If it can't do this, then we're all fucked.